Further strains in inter-Korean relations on this Monday as North Korea followed through with some terse responses to last week's UN sanctions and this week's military drills.
The communist regime scrapped the Armistice Agreement and cut off the cross-border hotline shared with the South after Seoul went ahead with a scheduled joint military exercise with the U.S. Hwang Sung-hee has the details.
In response to Seoul and Washington's annual joint military exercise, North Korea cut off its cross-border hotline with the South on Monday. The two sides routinely exchange calls at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. every day over the hotline at the truce village of Panmunjom. But Seoul's Unification ministry says the North didn't pick up Monday morning. Pyongyang urged Seoul last week to cancel plans for the Kirizolve military exercise, threatening that it would suspend all non-aggression measures previously agreed upon by the two Koreas. And as promised, with the launch of the drills, the North's Rodong-Sinmun newspaper declared that the Korean War Armistice Agreement had been scrapped. The 10-day military exercise between Seoul and Washington is seen as integral to South Korea's military forces as they prepare to regain wartime operational control from the U.S. at the end of 2015. Around 10,000 South Korean soldiers and 3,500 U.S. troops are taking part in this year's drills, which aims to ensure the prompt deployment of U.S. reinforcements to the Korean peninsula in the event of a war. With Pyongyang also expected to carry out a large-scale military exercise this week, Seoul's defense ministry says it's ready for any surprise provocation by the North.
North Korea continues to make provocative threats, but our military is in full preparations and ready to immediately strike back if the North provokes.
Although the North has repeatedly threatened to turn Seoul and Washington into a sea of fire, only a few expect war. Rather, experts point to the possibility of another event similar to the North's shelling of South Korea's Yeonpyeong Island in 2010. Hwang Sung-hee, Arirang News.